Y'all like my shirt? Detective Pikachu. What's up, everybody? I am Zaya, and I'm here again. What's up? Nah, but for real, I'm back. I got another video for you. And if you're anything like me, you hate dealing with curly hair. I mean, I have it's here, but when it comes to Photoshop, it is horrible to deal with. I mean, oh my God. It is like the bane of my entire existence. But luckily, Adobe has come up with some solutions to help mitigate that issue. And I would say that these solutions are absolutely great. And I'm actually gonna be going over one of them. It's called Select and Mask. And it has become practically my best friend when it comes to cutting out and dealing with curly hair or having to change a background color or whatnot. It's been just absolutely phenomenal. And I can't wait to show you guys how to do this. So let's go ahead and get right into it, all right? Now I'm gonna use this picture here. And as you can see, our model, she has some really fuzzy hair. Sometimes I really like this look. I love the teased hair look. Sometimes if you're trying to do something a little bit more editorial, you may want to get rid of this. So first, I'm going to show you how to cut out our subject here effectively and accurately so we get all of her as well as many of these little tiny strands as we can get. First what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me a new layer. Personally, I'm not a fan of destructive editing, so I like to kind of keep all my previous layers. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to Select and Subject. Now, this is a fairly new feature in Photoshop. I think they implemented it in 2019. I know I really didn't notice it until 2020, to the 2020 version. Now, as you can see, it pretty much perfectly selected her out for the most part. Now what I'm gonna do is go Select and Mask. And it's gonna bring up this little window here, and I'm gonna change my smoothness up, and I'm gonna hold Alt. I'm gonna click out of here. There we go. Let it do its thing. All right, now I'm gonna hit Alt and right click, and I can adjust my brush and its hardness. So just like I'm gonna do it up here. See how I can adjust my brush if I go up or down? I can adjust its hardness, and right or left, adjust its size. Now I'm doing this by holding the Alt and the right click on my mouse. I'm just gonna go along this edge here. So as you can see, it selected all these little fine hairs here. I'm gonna bring it all the way around. Make sure we get everything. All right, we're gonna wait for our little spinning wheel to finish. There we go. And as you can see, we got all her little fine hairs, all her flyaways are selected and everything. Just gonna bring our smoothness up so we can kind of get a little bit more. So everything's like, everything's not so jagged. And I'm actually gonna do an entire video on the Select and Mask system. As we got in, you see we did miss a lot of these other hairs. So I'm gonna go back and do it again, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. So I actually decided to redo this selection just so you can guys kind of see it from the inverted side. So that's what I should have did the first time. I should have just completely inverted it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna paint around these edges, and it's just not gonna be so jagged. Oops, like I kind of did right there actually. Now, if you're the type of person who kind of wants all of those little bitty flyaways, the unfortunate part is you might not be able to get all of them. It really just depends on your image. Which you can get a lot of them. And because we kind of want those flyaways, I'm gonna leave my feather at 0. I'm gonna try to bring up my smoothness a little bit, as well as my contrast, to really try to grab as much hair as possible. Bring our smoothness up. All right, we'll just go with this for now. Yeah, this looks like it'll be pretty good. Now we're gonna make a copy of this. Actually, what we're gonna do is just create a new layer on top of that. And now we have the layer as is with a nice transparency behind it. Now what you can do with this makes things really interesting. Okay? So you could either make a new layer like I did here. Let's go back. Now where this really comes into play at is where I like to use it is if I want to change backgrounds without really having to do too much work with trying to cut everything out. So what I can do with this is I can have my selection and then just create a curves layer. Now what I can do with my curves layer is say I want a certain color. Oops, I forgot to invert my mask. Here we go. I can go and make all my little color adjustments that I want to make. So if I want something that's like opposite of this pink, I have my blues here. Or say if I want something that's more up along that pink, I can bring it up and it looks natural. So it expedites that process of having to change background colors. But if you want to know more about changing background colors and other ways to do them, I do have another video that I've done previously on specifically changing background colors. So you can go ahead and check that out. Link in the description. All right, now that's just way one of dealing with curly hair. And that's more or less just changing background colors and things dealing with the background of your image. Now what I want to do is show you how to directly deal with the hair itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close that layer out. Now say you're doing this for a publication or somebody and they really don't like those flyaways, but guess what? You got them, right? You got them. You got to deal with them. So one way you can deal with them is by using your clone stamp tool. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, sample a little bit of this area, and just kind of clone it out. See, our brush is a little harsh. Let's bring it all the way down to 0. Personally, I'm not a fan of really harsh brushes. Just give it a little bit more hardness. See, our hair is a little bit soft along these edges. Let's make it a little bit harder, a little bit smaller as well. Sometimes you always don't have to make it hard, you can just make it smaller and it'll have generally the same effect. Personally, I don't like to get the two throwaway flyaways unless they're absolutely necessary. But sometimes you have to. I'm just gonna fast forward this bit of the video so you guys aren't sitting here watching me detail hair. There. Now, personally, this isn't something I like to do, but I have dealt with quite a few clients who would prefer to have all the flyaways taken out. So that's why I decided to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Now, sometimes you will end up with a situation like this. And it's just because tones don't match. Now you can get away with this real easy just by using your patch tool, coming in here and just kind of dragging that out. And it'll automatically just kind of blend them together. See? So we have a lot of frizz to no frizz. Now my sweet spot is somewhere in the middle, so what I would do is I'll come in here and I'll kind of do like a little layer mask and kind of bring it down to 10% and just kind of bring some of this back in here. It's too much. Let's bring it up to 50. Just bring a little bit of it back so it feels a little bit more realistic, you know? Because nobody's hair is gonna be that perfect. Yeah, this is a little bit more believable. And as you can see, it's super simple to deal with once you get the hang of it. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it's such a great thing to have. It really is. Selected mask has literally become my best friend when dealing with curly hair. But I thank you guys for joining me on this video. But, you know, please like, comment, subscribe, scribble, you know what I'm saying? Hit the little bell icon so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. I'm trying to get a lot more. I'm not really quarantined like everybody else. Fortunately, my job has been considered essential, so we're still open. So I'm still trying to push stuff out though. But if you want to see the rest of my content, the rest of my tutorials, please check it out right here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.